I firmly believe that nervousness belongs to going out in front of an audience. Some people might disagree with that. But here's the catch. There are good nerves and there are bad nerves. Good nerves are more like the butterflies that you get in your stomach. It's a kind of a nervous excitement. The bad nerves are the ones that prevent you from functioning. They block your throat. They're going to stop your thoughts from being clear. They're going to stop that natural body function. Things are going to go really haywire, and they're going to prevent you from showing up as your best version of yourself. Welcome back, my friends, to another exciting episode of Impact Through Voice. I'm your host, Lisa Hugo, and today we're diving headfirst into the world's biggest fear. What is it? Speaking in public. We're going to be talking about nervousness, where it stems from, and I'm going to give you solid tips and tools and strategies to give you the unwavering confidence that you've always dreamed of. Picture this. You're standing before a captivated audience and you're delivering your message with so much conviction that it resonates with everyone in the room. They're smiling, they're nodding their heads, they're fully focused on you and what you've got to share. Now, as professionals, as entrepreneurs, executives, leaders, speakers, our ability to communicate with passion, with power, persuasion, and precision is the cornerstone of our success. Now, I've spent most of my career as a performer, so I know a thing or two about stage fright, about nerves, and how they can really have an effect on your ability to perform. And just because I've spent most of my life on the stage, it doesn't mean that I don't get nervous anymore. But I've been trained as a performer. So I've learned methods to control the fear and even turn it into positive energy. I firmly believe that nervousness belongs to going out in front of an audience. Some people might disagree with that. But here's the catch. There are good nerves and there are bad nerves. Good nerves are more like the butterflies that you get in your stomach. It's a kind of a nervous excitement. The bad nerves are the ones that prevent you from functioning. They block your throat. They're going to stop your thoughts from being clear. They're going to stop that natural body function. Things are going to go really haywire, and they're going to prevent you from showing up as your best version of yourself. I want you to think of it this way. You're going on a first date. You're on your way to meet this new person who hopefully you're attracted to, because that's why you're going on the date in the first place. You've got butterflies in your stomach. You might even feel a bit sick. That's a nervous excitement. It's a good feeling. You're not dreading the date. I hope not. But you're looking forward to it. It's kind of a happy, nervous state. So why is that then any different to the nervousness that you feel when you're going out in front of an audience? Well, let's have a talk about these different nervous states. And I want to give you some positive techniques that can help you to combat this nervousness head on. The anxiety that creeps in when you face a crowd is known as stage fright in the performing world. Now, I get it. And as I said, I've been there and I've learned that even the most seasoned speakers with all the experience still get it. But you know what? You can learn how to control it, minimize it, and turn it into something positive. Now, I'm sure you know this, but a lot has to do with the way you think. It's your mindset. In your subconscious, you're probably afraid of being judged or of something going horribly wrong or generally making a fool of yourself, losing your credibility. Now imagine this as a shift in your narrative. Instead of fretting over the thought of being judged, focus on the unique value that you're offering your audience. Your message is a gift. And when you share it, you're enriching other people's lives. You're enhancing their knowledge. You're giving them an experience. Now, I know some of you are going to be there thinking, but that doesn't apply to my business presentation when I'm sharing, let's say, my monthly review. But that's where you're wrong. Your presentation has a purpose. There are people in the room who don't have the knowledge on the topic, your team or your stats. They want to hear. They're not there to judge you. They're eager to hear your knowledge, to get your opinion, to get your ideas. But when you fear these presentations, you don't and you won't present the information in the best light. It won't come across, and that's when the eyes will be on you and you will be judged. So here's what you need to do. You need to go from a state of fear to a state of purpose. So let me give you some actionable strategies that will help you to turn those nerves into a fuel for your success. So here's the pointers. The first one, preparation. If you're not prepared, you're obviously going to be nervous because you don't know your content. Even if you think you've got all the knowledge, when you're thrown a curveball, you're going to crumble. The ultimate armor against anxiety is preparation. I'm spelling it out for you, preparation. Now, the second step to preparation, and it comes hand in hand, is to practice, practice, practice. Now, in the performing world, we call it a rehearsal, and I'm sure you already know that. When you know your material inside and out, you're ready to conquer any stage. Now, I have these discussions with my mentees all the time. You should never skip out on this step if you expect to go above and beyond being an average presenter. Now, the next step is positive imagery, visualization. Our minds are powerful tools. Before stepping out on that stage or into that moment of presentation, take a moment to visualize captivating your audience. Create a movie in your own mind. Picture the audience fully engaged and focused on you and your content. They're nodding their heads. You're delivering with unwavering confidence. It's like setting the stage for success before you actually hit the stage. Speak to yourself in positive language. Use positive affirmations. I'm a great speaker. I can do this. I've got knowledge these people want to hear. I'm enough. I'm looking forward to sharing. Setting your mind in a positive state is setting you up for success. If you focus on all the things that might go wrong, then they most likely will go wrong because you've put yourself in that negative state. The next strategy, I think we're at number 3, controlled breathing and relaxation techniques. I can't emphasize enough the power of breath. You need to master effective diaphragmatic breathing techniques that will support everything from your nerves to your voice, to keeping your thoughts clear, to even delivering your message with impact. The magic of a deep breath. Before you go out to speak, practice controlled breathing. You inhale the calmness and you exhale all of that anxiety. You inhale and you exhale. Trust me, this really does work. It's going to keep you calm, it's going to keep you focused and get you ready to deliver a killer presentation. Strategy number 4 in my toolbox. Connect with your audience. You're not an actor. You're not on stage to deliver a monologue. You're engaging with your audience in a dialogue. Now, I'm not saying that your audience needs to speak back to you during your presentation. If you ask a rhetorical question, you're not necessarily expecting them to answer. But if you want them to have the feeling that you're having a conversation with each and every one of them in that room personally, then you need to speak in a conversational tone and engage them in the conversation that's not actually happening. Picture them as supporters. They're eager to learn from you. Strategy number 5, embrace imperfection. Perfection isn't your goal, and it shouldn't be your goal. It's okay if you fumble, if you stumble, if you have a pause, you say a few ums and ahs. I remember countless performances where I made mistakes as a singer and a piano player, songwriter. I hit the wrong key on the piano, or I forgot a line in the song. Now, in hindsight, when I think about it and reflect on this, these mishaps usually happened when I took my focus away from the moment and I started to worry that I might make a mistake. And that's when the mistakes happened. Now, usually the audience never even noticed. It's only when you show that you've made a mistake and you make a big deal out of it that everybody notices. And even if they do notice, then all you need to do is brush it off and keep going. That's the sign of a true professional. Those moments which are unscripted, they make you human and they create a real, genuine connection with your audience. Trust me, audiences love vulnerability more than you would ever believe and understand. So think of it as the real you shining through that spotlight. And my last strategy is to take time afterwards to reflect. When the curtain goes down, when you leave that stage and you've got some time to think back, reflect on your performance, on your presentation, on your delivery. Celebrate the stuff that you did really well. You should always give yourself a pat on the back and reinforce the positives. But then also take some notes on the things that you can improve on so that you continue to learn and you continue to grow. Every step, every misstep, it's all part of your story. So to wrap it up, overcoming stage anxiety, stage fright is your journey, and every technique that I've given you today is a stepping stone. Learn more about them and try to use them in your own presentations. Now, as professionals, our stories deserve to be heard. Our knowledge deserves to be shared. So together, we can master the art of speaking and speaking with unwavering, unshakable confidence. That's it for me. If these strategies resonate with you, please subscribe to our podcast, and it'd be amazing if you could share a comment or a review. As a new podcast on the blog, these comments and reviews really do help us to reach more people with valuable insights and tips to become powerful speakers and presenters. Thank you for joining me today. In our next episode, we're going to continue our exploration on impactful speaking using your voice, and we're going to dive in and have some guest speakers coming up soon. So stay tuned. Until then, keep speaking up with the confidence that fuels your greatness.